Well, if one step forward, two steps back was a company, it would be Konami. Ladies and gentlemen, the TCG ban list for May 2026 has finally dropped, and oh boy, was it a ban list. It existed, a ban list of all time, one would say. And finally, we have been waiting for so long. They banned Draco EX. Sorry, wrong game. Let me see that hand. Oh, you're so sweet. Let me see that hand. Hello, human resources? If double standards was a ban list, this encapsulates it perfectly. Yu-Gi-Oh players competitively have been complaining about Cool Toon ever since its inception in Master Duel a few weeks ago, and, well, with the deck becoming a basically full power in Blazing Dominion, our Synchro Overlords are here once more, and of course one of the most toxic elements is looking at your hand and having full knowledge of what to stop. Konami when we ask why they banned Noroi but kept Rotary. Fix your deck post-ban list. Cupsy Yummy Way limited to 1. They limited Cupsy Yummy, and then they also limited Cupsy Yummy the Synchro. I think the person who made this ban list probably just got them mixed up or something, and they just weren't sure which one was which, and so they just went, hit both of them. People have only been playing one Cupsy Yummy Way. What does bro even do? Seriously, as someone who hasn't properly played the TCG in maybe like 2 years or something at this point, I am completely perplexed. Even I could look at this and see what is going on. What is the purpose of this? It's been ages since I looked at a ban list and didn't smell money as the main driving reasoning for many of the changes. Yes, this makes some current decks even more powerful, but it's before the reprint cycles of so many of the hits and targeted decks. It's kind of wild to me. This ban list truly is the most obvious marketing ploy ever in the history of ban lists. And it's crazy because previous ban lists have done an incredible job at hitting a bunch of random floodgates, random frustrating cards that don't necessarily help the meta in any shape or form. But this one specifically is just saying, buy Cool Toon. Go out there and purchase Blazing Dominion, and buy yourselves Fedralis Harmonia and Cool Toon. And play nothing but Cool Toon mirrors. Because that's pretty much going to be the only relevant decks with maybe some Doomsy and Striker. Draco Tail, one of the best designed decks in the last few years, murdered on the ban list for the sins of the others. I don't know how much of the last part is true there, but I don't know why Draco Tail got hit. That deck is unplayable into Cool Toon. It is like getting bullied and shoved into a locker. I'm like somewhat competent at Draco Tail, and every time I've played against Cool Toon, it is just bullying. It is getting straight shoved into a locker and forced to live there for the entire lunch hour. Me trying to explain the Draco Tail hits to my K-pop fan girlfriend. Imagine if they removed Zuyu, Mina, Chaeyoung, Dayun from twice, so there was only one rapper and one dancer, and it was obvious that they only did it so that people would pay more attention to JYP's newest group. That's pretty much just what happened here. Annyeong. Yo. Okay, yeah. Oh, you know what that means. Why is he still alive? You know, it's funny because I actually do agree with this. I think Caesar probably has overstayed his welcome, but in the context of the current format and what we're about to have, anything to defeat Cool Toon, I'm okay with. ¿Qué les pareció la ban list? Estos tres volviendo del infierno, la comunidad del Yugi. Did I say that right? I don't know. Snow's back. Did you know that? Hitler alive. Fairy Tail Snow is once again back in the Yu-Gi-Oh format for the second time, and the third ban, well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's that one will be the one for sure that keeps her at bay. On the other hand, you could say, like, well, this card's in Master Duel, and it's not really doing anything there for the odd, like, tier limit gamer who tries to hit Master 1 every season at best. Perhaps it's good, but I haven't seen this in a relevant deck in a long time. And of course, there's Spellcaster slot Fairy Tail support coming out this year, and if you've actually read those new Fairy Tail cards, I don't think they physically work without Snow. Like, the deck was very clearly intended to be played with Fairy Tail Snow, so I guess that's maybe the only reason. Friendship ended with Noroi. Now Snow is my best friend. I don't know what deck you can play with Snow in it currently. I mean, Lightsworn? Trying to play Lightsworn again?
I fucking hate you and hope you die.
I like adding lots of cards.
Sky Striker might actually be a super good deck into this metagame. It's very good into Cooltoon, very good, you know, serviceable. And of course, it's completely worthless. The deck is maybe like 20 bucks or something. It's absolutely incredible for new and returning players, or if you're just trying to get yourself into the TCG. It is fantastic deck choice to try and come up and beat Cooltoon, but at the same time, you have to play Sky Striker, which I'm not saying that there's social stigma associated with it, but... Bro, who has this insatiable love for this card? Why? For what purpose does this card have to stay in the game? You know, with the limiting of Whitebinder and Malice being a deck that's very, very infamous for signing in Dimensional Fissure for game 2 and 3 when it gets to go first, yeah, that deck is still around. It just literally won a YCS, and it got 0 hits. Whitebinder to 1 is not relevant. Was it supposed to be like a warning shot? You know, remember in the OCG put SP Little Knight to 1, and I don't know if that was just sort of like a, hey, guys, behave yourselves now. In fact, it might have been worse than that. I'm pretty sure they semi-limited SP Little Knight in the OCG once upon a time. So, I don't know what's going on here, but clearly someone at Konami has a thing for Malice. Okay, to be fair, that's a bit extreme. I mean, they slaughtered that thing a couple months ago. But at the same time, it did win a YCS. Just saying. 0 to Mitsurugi, to K9, but DDD is so freaking here, boys. DDD is actually really cool because you get to play Dominus Impulse, and now you get to play Dominus Spark. That is 6 of probably the best hand traps in the game. Just yeet, banish, and negate a summon. That's pretty damn strong for a deck that can run a lot of hand traps.
Give me back my Miscellaneousaurus!
No, I don't think we will. Well, if this is what it took for, I don't know, Doomsy to be relevant, then, you know, enjoy. Makanko, on the other hand, Prem to 1 is not it, man. Like, I'm sorry, it's not gonna be good enough, guys. I hate to disappoint all 3 of the Makanko players that are taking this thing to locals without getting kicked out. But it's not good enough, guys. I'm sorry. I genuinely believe Ancient Gear is secretly a tier 2 or higher deck and is simply hard slept on. So I don't know why Trevor's in here. He's just farting into the wind and putting it into a keyboard. TCG ban list. Draco tail been put in the dirt. Branded Pure should surely now be the default way to play the branded cards. Cooltoon is full power, of course. Malice hit Lamau. What exactly is Yummy Way limited for? Anybody explain? Well, the reason why Cupsy Yummy Way was limited is because a Pot of Extravagance can be played at 3, I think. Can you do that in TCG? Probably. And so, in order to not banish all of your Yummies, you could play Pot of Extra, which was a big threat for the metagame, especially considering that Cooltoon just increases the level of all the Cupsy monsters. Yummy monsters. It's not all Cupsy. Like, remember what I said earlier about Cooltoon bullying Draco Tail? It's actually worse for Yummy. You cannot make your monsters. Your monsters cannot be summoned. Like, it might as well be Vanity's Empty. Increasing the level is like, what are we trying to do here, man? Maybe we've got to tech in a sprite engine so that they're all level 2. Now you can special sprite blue, but then you can't overlay. So, what are we doing here, Konami? Vanilla standard list, what everyone expected. Nothing really fun or unique about it, but it does its job. Perfectly serviceable. 5 out of 10 ban list. Not good, not bad, just average. In the context of the last year, 2 years, this is a below average ban list. I'm sorry. I don't think that there's anything here that's remotely close to exciting or fun or cool. The one mandatory thing that happened absolutely for sure was the Rose Whip ban. It's nice to see the Gimmick Puppet FTK get taken out back. I think Mitsurugi was the deck that was supposed to be abusing this. But look at this shit, dude. Lakias to 2? Why? Rahu to 1? Why did they limit Rahu? That deck was already just not great, or at least it wasn't going to be great into Cooltoon, and Arthalion to 2. Did you know that they were already playing 2? In the branded version in TCG, the extra deck is so damn tight, you had to cut Arthalion to 2. So they put it to 2. They're just forcing you to play the current ratio. That's 2 extra deck monsters on this ban list that they've put at the limitation that people play them at. Are they even trying? Well, my national championship is next month, and I'll be practicing and playing and getting ready and prepared for that over on my Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Farfa, so come along and laugh at me trying to get good at the TCG again. I don't know what I'm going to play, to be honest with you. I really wanted to play Elf Note. Turns out that deck is also like $1,000 plus, like fully optimized with like Phadralis and things like that, so TCG, like I said, you know, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. encapsulated in this year and in this ban list and in this product cycle. So, wow, Master Duel really is, keeps on winning. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and until next time, adios, peace!